My first impression when I met John was, holy shit.
Hesitant and confused. I'm gonna stick with that.
I wasn't quite sure what to think.
A bit cocky,
He scared the living bejesus out of me right away.
a good cocky, and I was scared to death.
He looked me up and down like he was like, who the hell are you and why are you here?
He was very impactful. When he walked in the room, you knew he was there.
At first I thought, oh my God.
To put it blunt, I was scared shitless because I thought he was going to kill me. That was my first interaction with him. Lasted about 10 seconds.
He is who he is, and he's not putting on a front for anybody, and that's probably what I love the most about him.
I can sum it up in one word. I would say legendary.
Pioneer, pure excellence.
I think he's like synonymous with real estate, and you say, I'm with RE/MAX Results, they're like, oh, I know John Collopy.
John's a powerhouse in the industry.
And I was gonna say badass.
There you go, legendary badass.
But I would say he's a confident leader.
I mean, there's some other stuff that is triple X rated that I just can't. I'll leave that for everybody's imagination.
I don't know if we could actually share those stories, to be honest.
Well, there's a lot of things you would probably not like me to say.
I don't think I should say him, though. I mean, he's not that appropriate.
Wear a pair of holy jeans around him.
Or don't have a clean car. He's gonna come into your office and give you a 20.
Times must be tough. Your car's looking dirty out there, Huffman.
I saw him in the hallway when I was walking with one of my friends. You know that guy? I go, he's my broker. She goes, oh my God. You are not gonna believe what he said to me in the line earlier. Yeah, that lady, knock her over. I'll give you $100 if you knock her over. he said, yeah, I'm just here from Keller Williams crashing the party. We cannot take him anywhere.
He says some words that maybe aren't like the words you should say.
Pretty much everything he says is off the cuff, random.
You might have to bleep out these words. I'm actually gonna ask you to. John walks up on stage.
Our
And,
first awards that we ever went to.
and John said, so I've been given a list of words I'm not allowed to say. And something else. And Lynn's face, she was like, you son of a...
John stresses me out on the daily.
He sat down next to me. He goes, bet your old broker didn't do that.
John has a lot of stories, but I've never shared with him that I have some of those similar stories. But I was like, I did the same thing 10 years ago.
He used to lurk. He'd walk around the office with his hands behind his back and lurk.
Was that when he called me Laura?
Oh my God.
And he called you Bill?
Oh my God.
I don't even know how we're still here.
And people say, oh, he's kind of edgy. And I'm like, he is so opposite of that. He is all talk. All talk. That's just John.
It's just John.
That was John.
He's an egg. He's like got a hard shell, but once you crack him open, he's just soft.
He's kind, he's generous, he's caring, he's loyal.
I have vivid memories of taking his business planning class when I first got started in real estate.
I did that class, and I sold my first house, I think, within 5 days.
I respect the man so much because of what he's done, not only for this company, but for so many of us.
The market update that he used to do was always just a lot of fun before it got too racy and we couldn't do it anymore.
Everything John told me I could do, I did.
John shows up for people when they least expect it.
I've heard stories of him bailing people out of jail, like legitimately.
People either loved him or hated him. There was no in between for John. And if you loved him to the death.
Well, when my dad died, the first thing he did was call me and say, do you need me to take care of Kitty? Because my dad had a cat that he was really close to. And of course, John being John, he said, I'll buy him from you.
Like ride or die for life. Like 100%.
When we have people call us and they're like, oh, we've got this great new technology. We've got this great new office. We've got better splits. Like all these things. Like it really doesn't matter. Here's why.
We were just fresh pups.
We were pups.
And every penny counted.
Years ago, there was a commission dispute with us and another agent. Well, then John called us into an office.
John talked for about 30 seconds. He goes, listen, we had to make a decision. We had to do what was right for the company. Once again, always going to take care of the company. I understand that. The agents are the company.
And we're like, yep, we understand.
We understood. He pulled out his checkbook. And he goes, you were wrong. I could never repay that amount. I could never pay that back to him.
When my mom, my best friend, passed away suddenly, at the funeral, I saw John standing there with a big hug greeting me, and that moment is spoke volumes.
I'm good. I got
hey, we got her. There you go.
the Huffman's right here.
John is one of the most generous human beings that I have ever come across in my life. I mean, and he will support what's important to you.
I would say John's given over $1 million to charity. There's no doubt in my mind.
Results Foundation is just perfectly exemplifies everything that he stands for.
John and I have become family. John supports me, John protects me, he's a mentor, he's a motivator, and because we're family, I want to be all of those things to him.
He's a special person. He's a crazy person, but he's a special person.
As long as you're honest and you're trying to do the right thing, there's never ever going to be a situation where he will not have your back.
Thank you, John, for building a company that has changed so many people's lives, mine included.
I couldn't have done this without you. You know, my family couldn't have done this without you.
Thank you, John, for all you've done for us, all of our team members.
Thank you, John, for helping me figure out what my real career was, and that is actually impacting the lives of the people around us.
Thank you for being such a great friend, always being there for me when I need you.
This is not goodbye, because as you know, I will continue to call you.
You are extraordinary, you're amazing, and I thank you so much for everything.
We're not done doing great things together, so thank you for everything.
Thanks for all you do for us. Really appreciate it. You've been an inspiration for me, and I appreciate you helping me.
You are an amazing person. You are an amazing man.
John, thank you for all you've done over the years.
John, thanks for always being there and going to bat for us, and thanks for all you've done for the real estate community.
You're an inspiration, quite frankly, to anyone in the real estate industry or any real estate or any entrepreneur, period. Very, very grateful and lucky to have ever had the opportunity to have worked beside you. And
Thank you for always being the person that I could count on.
John, I am so proud to know you. Thank you for being everything to everyone. Thanks again, and I love you. Okay, cut.